Jai Krishna Pistaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavati Paskata Disatarini Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. So, holy days, the mother of Bhakti. Bhaktivinoda Thakur was singing in his song Shuddha Bhakata Charanadin. Let us speak about those holy days. Holy days, holy moments. Actually, every second is holy. Krishna consciousness is the attention to the detail. And what is the detail? To think of Krishna is the detail. To be thankful of the devotee's presence in our life is the detail. To be thankful for the past, the devotional past which came before us is very important. So we have a Vaishnava calendar. And the Vaishnava calendar puts us into enthusiasm again and again and again. If we know how to properly utilize it. Now, key days in the year, Janmashtami, big gathering of devotees, celebrating Lord Chaitanya's appearance day, Gaurpurnima, celebrating Radhastami, Radharani's appearance, Ram Navami, Lord Rama's appearance, Nishinga Chaturdasi, the appearance of Lord Nishingadeva. Each and every one of these days are related to a lot of lila, a lot of specific kata. Hari Katha is the key of those days, plus many, many other devotional efforts. Flower garlands are prepared, the deities get a special dress. There's a lot of anxiousness surrounding the worship of Thakurji. It's a very, very important. Because when we worship our Thakur, our deity, our Ishtadev, the Lord of our life, he is connected with those days. It is his Janmashtami, it is his Nityananda Trayodashi, it is his Rasa Yatra if it's Lord Jagannath. You know, each deity has specific days, like the day the deity was installed, the annual festival of a temple. It's a big thing. I mean, if I say big, it's big in the heart, because how big it is externally depends on your local situation. It may be huge, it may be middle size, and it may be small, but it's big in the heart because it's your day when you started coming in contact with your Ishtadev, with the deity, which was installed by the blessing of your spiritual master. So it's very important. All these things are very important because they make your life important. You see, the holy days, they make your life important. They add value. You see, this added value of life is a very interesting element. Like, when we become depressed, we subtract value. We think, oh, my life is not valuable, my education is nothing, I'm this, I'm that. Like, but Krishna consciousness always adds value to your life. In the very early morning, let me get up for Mangal Artik. That Mangal Artik is adding value to your life because you're going to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead who appeared in your place. Second, you're going to sing for him. You're going to remember how he, in the form of Lord Nishingadeva, protected Prahlad. You're going to sing the Namaste prayers. Then you're going to worship Tulasi. You worship the holiest plant of all plants, which is so dear to Krishna. And Krishna will not eat a bit if there's not a Tulasi leaf on his preparation, on each preparation. It is all intensive love. But you can't just do these things externally. Inside you're like dreaming or sleepy. But the whole thing is Krishna consciousness is being awake, to be aware. So that's what the devotional community does, to awaken us. That's why we have to, there's two things we should never forget. The devotees are merciful because they are tolerating me in their community. And I am fortunate and blessed by all of their presence because they give value to my life. So it's very, the Krishna consciousness mentality which develops in an ashram life, properly lived, is just added value. I mean, when you were living out there in Santo Domingo, what was giving value to your life? What was there? The job satisfaction, maybe, and sometimes we get kicked out from the job. The family situation, which is almost always full of conflicts. The financial situation, well, maybe you're a little safe by a good income, or maybe you're full of anxiety because there's not enough income. The material world is a struggle wherever you look. But Krishna consciousness is added value. At every second and every holy day is another added value. Today is the appearance day of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, for example. Wow, today Bhaktivinoda Thakur, our pioneer, our grandfather Acharya, he sent the first book to the McGill University about the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He gave life to Gaudiya Vaishnavism, Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai, and his son Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, our Parama Guru Deva. He was so merciful, and it just grows. Added value. By Bhaktivinoda Thakur, your life is so much enhanced. By Jiva Goswami, there is a satsang dharma. By all the acharyas have given different things. Rupa Goswami has given so many books. Added value for your life. No? You don't think so? Then you have not read Upadeshamrita. If you did read Upadeshamrita, then you know, wow, what a valuable life I have. What a chance. I can control my senses, control my mind. I can dedicate myself to Krishna's service, and I will get even the chance to become a teacher of others. That is what Rupa Goswami says. First verse, Vacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Parashta Vegam, Itang Vegam, Jo Vishaheta Tirasa, Rama Bimam Pritivim Shashishya. It tells us how you can become a teacher of others. How you can become a teacher, not to become a teacher, to become servant of others, because we want to become servants of others. But you know how much value is added to your life by Srila Rupa Goswami's books and by his life. We are Rupa Nukas, we are following the Rupa Nugalara, the path which he has explained about the loving relationship in the spiritual world. Oh Govinda, Keshava, my God. The hope to become an eternal associates of Krishna. The Swarupa Shakti of Radharani will reveal your eternal Swarupa when the time is up, ripe. Your eternal relationship with the Lord will be revealed. Yes, it's a very delicate subject. And we should first deserve, then desire. Angels fools threat where angels fear to tread. Very, very incredible things. What is being given by our Acharya? Very special, very wonderful. And you know, in the Vaishnava calendar, we are celebrating all the Acharyas, all the ones we know. In the Gaudiya Math calendar, you can celebrate all the greatest disciples of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Practically, Prabhupada said Krishna Conscious has a festival every day. We can also celebrate the birthdays of our local devotees. We can have a big festival with them also. Celebrate, today is the birthday of Laryanidai. Wow, then we will be so happy. What day when he was born in Santo Domingo. What a holy day. This is not exaggeration, it is not fantasy. This is gratefulness for what we have. We must be grateful for who we have. We must be grateful for our sadhus. We must be grateful for Vrindavan Dham, Mathura, all the holy places established by the devotees. There's a lot of love and gratefulness mingled in, which makes life very tasty. Without love and without gratefulness, how can you tolerate life? So the Vaishnava calendar is like, wow, it is so incredible. You just open it. Very soon is going to be this holy day and that holy day. And when these days come, you remember these personalities. Today is Vamana Dev's appearance day. Vamana Dev. Who's Vamana Dev? The Lord, the Supreme Lord appearing as a dwarf. As a what? As a dwarf. Like sometimes it strikes our mind. The Supreme Personality of God is playing in the courtyard of Nanda Maharaj. And he's endearing himself to all the devotees' hearts. Sometimes he catch hold of the tail of a little calf and have himself pulled through the mud, and he becomes all muddy and muddier. So he goes, no! And Krishna is laughing, and the calf is like scared. Oh, which boy is pulling my tail here? So all these sceneries, all these images which come into your mind when you hear about Krishna, this is all enhancing. Like the first thing when I came to Krishna Consciousness was I saw a few posters which had been printed. And they told me that Prabhupada called these posters windows to the spiritual world. When I heard that, I looked at these pictures totally different. I saw a window and I was looking through the window and I was seeing into the spiritual world. That's what they are. Like our Shamarani, she has opened so many windows to the spiritual world. Each one of her pictures, they add value to our life. That's why devotees like to hang up those pictures, isn't it? That's why devotees like to go and see the altar. That adds value to our life. Look, in the material world, people, they try to dress up to make a big show. Like there's a night worn for the dance. And some people, they spend $10,000, $100,000 just on the night dress. I mean, those are crazy rich. And then they go, ooh, what I have especially. And they people look, oh, what a nice dress. Otherwise, I don't like it. She goes down. So everything is just a show in this material world, no? Everybody wants to be the most beautiful, the old man with the gray hair. They want to come in with the Ferrari, and then everybody looks, wow, look at what car that guy. Everything is like making a show and trying to add value to their life. When you put in a gold chain, then I may be dark and ugly, but look at my gold chain. It's like the fantasy world. But do we have anywhere to see the beauty? Of course, we see beauty in all the Vaishnavas. That is our good luck. I mean, even Shatuna, what a handsome devotee, no? You know, he may be a little old, but he's so handsome. Huh? In Gangadhara, sit properly. Huh? That is we are handsome. Mandali is such a handsome devotee. No? But that is not the satisfaction we are looking for. The satisfaction we are looking for, we find when the deities open. And we see all this glittering, beautiful silk thread crowns, dresses, everything so fancy with beautiful flower garland. And look at the turban, how it was wound nicely, how they made this. As Haryana makes so beautiful turbans for Radha Braja Mohan, and then they put a peacock feather on top, and then there is the Govardhan Shila with the Gunjamala, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave to Raghunath Goswami. You know, detail of love. And you can see those details here in this temple, in our own humble way. Kamala is making the deity beautiful. Sudevi is coming once a week. She's making such a nice worship. This is like the adding value to a otherwise pretty sad life. The life without Krishna Conscious, without festival, without Vaishnava calendar, that is a very, you know, the Mikami said, this is the day of the liberation of our country. Country was never liberated, all lie. We are in the grip of some rascals. The liberation of this country, this is what we would like to achieve. Then they have another day. Oh, today is the day of the battle of no, this one and that one. And then people say, oh yeah, day of a battle, huh? Or the day of the worker, or the day of this. What kind of festivals are that? They are just boring festivals. And only thing they can come up with on those days is a reason to get drunk. So no happiness, no higher consciousness, nothing valuable, just people getting drunk. That is how what's the sad story is all about in this material world. So this is not added value. This is endangering this life to not see any value and any meaning in it. So to make a temple, you know, you have to get a very organized plan to add value to the devotee's life. Have the deities beautiful. Have puja going on, have sadhana going on. Explain the holy days. Explain who is Lord Ramana. He is a Lord who appeared as a little dwarf to defeat a demon king. And what was this demon king doing? He was worshipping Vishnu. What? A demon king? Worshipping Vishnu? What business is that? Well, he asked his guru, how do I really become powerful? The demigods always defeat us. So I don't like it. Tell me what I can do that we can defeat the demigods. Then Shukracharya, his guru, the guru of the demons, he said, well, Bali, I have to admit it. The demigods, they always worship Vishnu. And we are not worshipping Vishnu. That's why in the end of the day we lose. So Bali said, then why don't we worship Vishnu? If we worship Vishnu, also we'll become very powerful. Bali said, yes, but it's dangerous. Ah, come on. We'll worship Vishnu and we defeat the demigods. And Shukracharya said, okay. So they started doing Vishnu worship. Bali became powerful and powerful and powerful. He actually defeated the demigods. He actually was overpowering them. Nobody could defeat him. He was always worshipping Vishnu, giving charity to the brahmanas, protecting the cows. That's what Bali did. So the demigods went to their Lord and says, look at this demon, now he's worshipping you. And now he's become more powerful than us. What deal is that? We are your devotees. How can you do that? How can you let us down in such a way? And then the Lord said, okay, I'll make an arrangement. And then he came as a little dwarf, so beautiful, so handsome, so enchanting, with the whole attire of a Brahmin. He came there walking into the palace of Bali Maharaj. And somebody said, Bali Maharaj, a little dwarf Brahmin has arrived. A dwarf Brahmin. Everybody feels enchanted when they feel a dwarf, when they see a dwarf. I have some dwarf friends. Wow, they are so enchanting, when they chant, when they preach. But anyhow, so Bali said, a dwarf Brahmana has come. So he came to look. He was curious. And there was Brahman. Are you the King Bali? Yes, I'm the King Bali. I've heard about you. You seem to be a very generous man. I heard you give donations to Brahmins. Is that true? So I thought maybe I'd get a little donation too. Oh, Bali Maharaj. I said, you speak nice Brahmin. Yes, of course I give you some charity. Oh, what you want, tell me. Whatever you want, I'll give you. And then Shukracharya, he was coming from the back, and he was looking at this dwarf Brahmin, he was feeling, here's something fishy going on. He said, Bali, come here a second. This Brahmin, you better don't give anything. Bali, whose heart was already like enchanted by Brahmanas. What do you mean, Guru Deva not giving anything? I already told him. I give him anything he wants. Shukra says, you don't give him anything. This is not good. Why not? He's a Brahmin. He wants to have a donation. Shukracharya, I feel that he may be Vishnu. Vishnu? Vishnu? The one I worship. He'll come. He'll come to my palace to beg a donation. It's not possible. If that is true, how can I deny it? Shukracharya, shut up, Bali, just listen to me. If he's Vishnu, it's very dangerous if you give anything to him. But he's just asking a little donation. And Shukracharya was angry with Bali, said, don't do it. And Bali went back to Vamana. Oh my dear Vamana, it's so nice you're here in my palace. Yes, of course I have to give you a donation. You know the rest of the story, I mean, it is so sweet, so enchanting, so endearing. Krishna Conscious is so endearing. Every story is touching the hearts, making you almost cry. That is what is Krishna Conscious. That is for having value added into your life. Emotion, bhava. We are getting the gift of bhav, the gift of music, of rag, the gift of rhythm, of tal. We're getting all this. This is Bharatavarsha. This is the culture of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bharatabhumi. So, anyhow, there was still an incident. Vamana said, I only want 3 steps of land, that's all. You know I'm small. What am I going to do with a lot of land? Give me 3 steps so I can be somewhere on my own. Bali said, no, 3 steps of land. I give you a planet if you like. You can have anything. Oh, Bali Maharaj, for me 3 steps is really enough. That's all I want. And Shukadeva said, no, And then when Bali was giving the sacred water, because when you give a donation in Indian time, you would pour water together with this donation to make sure this is actually with the sacred Ganges water. So the Bali Maharaj was having the jar to pull to give the water, and no water was coming out because Shukracharya with his power put himself in the outline, in the where he tried the water stay in, that no donation could be given. And Vamana Dev, he knew everything. He saw, some problem there? No problem. And he took a kusha grass from his little belt. He said, like kusha grass hanging there. And he said, come on, I fixed that. And he took the kusha grass and put it into the opening of the jar. And he went, pop! And Shukracharya was inside looking. He got it into his eye. That's why you see Shukracharya always with a black eye. Because he got this kusha grass of Bali Maharaj into his eye. Get out of here! So the water was pouring, the donation was given, and Bali was surprised that Vamana expanded, and Ganges appeared, everything appeared, and Bali surrendered to his feet. That's how he became a Maharaja. Anyhow, you know, every single day in the Vaishnava calendar is some kind of a sweet story, or sometimes many stories. The Narottam Das Thakur's appearance, disappears. What an emotional story. How he disappeared, how he went into the river, how he became liquid, how he met his Guru Dev, Srila Lokanath Goswami, how he convinced him to be his Guru. All these stories, Bhakti Ratnakar, they are so full of feeling, so full of devotional mercy. And that makes our life valuable. And we need that. We need that enhancement of our life. This is what makes our life livable. Otherwise, you know, you don't have anything to make your life joyful. Of course, other religions, they also have holy days, they're celebrating here and there. It's okay. Unfortunately, we have seen that Christian holidays have degraded to big meat-eating parties and other things, exactly the opposite of love. But the Vaishnava festivals not. Vaishnava festivals means generosity, and there's Guru Puja, big prasadam distribution, like we see that in India. When there's a disappearance or the appearance of the Guru in one of the mats, then they make a mahotsav, and they invite everybody, and they compete with each other. Who's making the bigger feast? Sometimes they're very humble temples, but the feast they cook, unbelievable. Isn't it, Juna? You just freak out how many preparations and how they just, it's called Vaishnava Seva. So Vaishnava Seva is another enhancement, because in the Vaishnava Seva Mahotsav you meet many Vaishnavas, and then they speak Harikatha, and they glorify that person whose day is there, or they glorify the principle. Actually, these Harikatha, they have a special purpose of shedding light on Guru Tattva, the Guru Tattva, Shiksha, Guru Sampradaya, and all the beautiful aspects of Sri Guru and his grace. All this is being glorified on these holy days. So make sure in your new temple which you starting, you introduce all these great treasures to your devotees. They will be surprised how many wonderful functions throughout the years we have. Even we have functions such as book distribution marathon. That was established by Prabhupada. A Christmas marathon, imagine. We got a Christian holy celebration for Vaishnavas. The Christmas season coming, the gift season is coming. Give a book of Prabhupada. Make this gift. That was a tradition, and the devotees made so many efforts around the world to have book distribution going on. It is unbelievable. Thousands and millions of books were distributed in that period, every year. So, Krishna Conscious is very flexible. We have so many holy moments, holy days, holy personalities. We are living with Vaishnavas. That means we are living with very holy personalities. We should be very grateful for that. We should honor the local devotees very highly. We should thank them always for tolerating us in the community. That is very, very important. And we should always make it a point of inviting others from the outside to share these wonderful moments. It's like something, there is a special thing happening, there's a special moment coming. Will you share this one with me? So what do? One of the days, holy days, was very good. In Srila Maharaj's Math, they would send out a letter to all the devotees. Next festival is coming, please give a donation to make it a great success. So you give the devotees a chance to participate by giving a donation to the prasadam distribution of that. Sharing the news, very important. Don't think people will know things automatically. Don't take things for granted. They have to be promoted. They have to be presented. Everything, like, you have to make it a point, a real point, that Krishna consciousness is being here and being celebrated. We are celebrating here together. We have a joyous festival. And of course, the greatest of all joyous separate celebrations is Harikatha. And Harikatha we have every day. But sometimes a great famous sannyasi will come and give Harikatha. Like in our Berlin temple, we are so lucky to get the visits from so many acharyas and so many sannyasis from the whole Gaudiya Vishnu. I think this temple has received more visitors than most other places in the Gaudiya Berlin Yatra. Because we are an office of the Vishwa Vaishnava Raj Sabha here, and I tell you, this is such a blessing that they are all coming to see us. And now by the COVID times, nobody came for a long time. We are longing very much for them to return. So, my dear, you want to open a center of Krishna consciousness in our world, in our Western world. You coming with a big trunk full of jewels. You got from your acharyas a big, big trunk full of jewels. Now bring that trunk, open it, and let us see what's in your trunk. Beautiful Tulsi Mala, Kanti Mala. There is the deity of Lord Nishingadev. I don't know what you bring in your trunk, but so many valuables, so many treasures. Let's see them. Let's share them. Let's celebrate them. Or a songbook you have. Let's sing those songs of the great acharyas. Sharanagati. Oh, so full of nectar songs. Let us celebrate Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda. Let us celebrate his Shikshastakam. Every day, let's have our life being penetrated every point of view, from every angle, with Krishna consciousness. Yena tena prakarena mana Krishna niveshaya. Let's our mind go to Krishna. Whatever details we have to work out later to get this temple really baka. But let's bring people to the joy of Krishna consciousness. And the greatest of the joy is you, the preacher. Your smile, your kindness, your open, broad heart. That's really the most important part of it. That's where you represent your Gurudev. All the love and kindness you got from your Gurudev, now you give to the people who come there and train them up in this process as you have learned it. And you will see there's so much training required, you know. People, they don't know anything about it. They don't even know how you eat with the right hand. Because in the world, when Prabhupada went to the West, one God brother told him, oh, if you have to go there, you will have to learn how to eat with a fork and to sit on the table. And Prabhupada said, no, I will make them all sit on the ground and eat with their hands. And that's what he accomplished. I mean, he accomplished a change in this world, which made Hare Krishna a household word. Practically everybody, everywhere in the world, when you say Hare Krishna, immediately they think, oh, Hare Krishna, yes. You mean those dancing people in the street? You mean these beautiful books? You mean those temples? You mean that place in India where Krishna appeared? Everybody thinks about something else, but everybody hears Hare Krishna by now. They know, they think something. As, oh, you mean the mantra? Hare Krishna mantra? Man, mind, tra, deliverance. And some people say, Hare Krishna, oh, you mean the people with karma? Huh? The people always speak about karma and reincarnation, right? So Krishna consciousness is being attached to certain things like vegetarianism, Vedic wisdom, so many wonderful things. That's the accomplishment of Srila Prabhupada Bhaktivedanta Swami. Now what are you going to add to that? Make it awareness coming everywhere. Let us celebrate the existence of Lord Paramatma in everybody's heart, the Bhagavad Gita available to all, the study of who appeared 500 years ago in Bengal, Lord Chaitanya, the study of who appeared 5,000 years ago in Bharatavarsha, Lord Krishna, the study who appeared millions of years ago, Sri Nishingadeva, etc., etc. All these beautiful things you are introducing into your new local community, because a temple is a community of people who you love, because you're inviting them to be part of the Krishna Conscious family. That is important. These things are substantial. They will make your temple successful, believe me, because that's how I got to know it, and this is how I became attached to it. For me, when I hear Janmashtami, my heart jumps. I'm thinking of 40 years of Janmashtami at the feet of Gauranga Radha Brajaswara. But Gauranga Radha Brajaswara are not my only Ishtadev. My first Ishtadev was Radha Madan Mohan in Hamburg. But then I was sent to London, and then my Ishtadev became Radha London Ishvara. And I wanted to do a great service for Radha London Ishvara. So Radha London Ishvara sent me to America and then to South America. And there we installed Sri Sri Radha Gokulananda in New Gokula. Then my Ishtadev was all of a sudden in Brazil. Of course, we always have Shabda Devala in India, the holiest day, and we have Prabhupada's Ishtadev in Mayapur and in Vrindavan, Krishna Balaram. So my life has been surrounded by Ishtadevs. But when you open a temple, you're giving an Ishtadev to that place, a specific deity to worship. After my Brazil Ishtadev, then I started moving around for a while, being a bit like a homeless mendicant, visiting different Ishtadevs in different places until I reached Colombia. And then my Ishtadev became Gauranga Nityananda, and then later they expanded into the Radha, Colombia Ishvara, Gauranga Radha Brajeswara, and they stayed my Ishtadev today. Of course, this Ishtadev then again expanded into Radha Govindaji in Chile, Radha Madan Mohan in Argentina, Radha Damodar in Peru, Radha Ramanji in Bolivia, Radha Shamsundara in Uruguay, then, yes, you remember, then Gandharvika Giridhari in Brazil, then Radhika Gopinathaji in Ecuador, then Radha Vinodji in Caracas, then Radha Panama Ishvara in Panama, then Radha Madhava in Mexico, Radha Kunja Bihari also in Mexico. As a matter of fact, I'm going to see my Ishtadev in Mexico now. You see, all these expansions of Ishtadevs, they're very significant, very important. They mark a very important thing in our heart. They should, because they're your lords. And you try to do the best for them. Of course, then we went to India and we met their Lordship Radha Brajamohan, by their mercy, Paramahansa Maharaj's mercy, and so many others. So many Lord Nishingadev, so many Jagannath Swami Subhadra Balaram, in so many cities, in Lima, Peru, in Medellin, in Ambato, so many beautiful deities, so many Mahaprabhus everywhere. They are also Engornitais. And in Brazil, not to forget, Sitaram Lakshman Hanuman, which we installed there on the order of Srila Prabhupada himself. So in that way, I'm pointing out that the Ishtadev for the devotees is very, very important. They should feel, oh, our Ishtadev is our life and soul. That's not easy. You accomplish that by keeping to worship them, celebrating the holy days there, attending to the community, to establish an Ishtadev. Prabhupada established so many Ishtadevs. Radha Govindaji in New York, Radha Paris Ishvara in Paris, Radha Berlin Ishvara here in Germany. Prabhupada established deities in Rome, in Madrid, in all the capital cities around the world, Russia, China, Malaysia, Australia, everywhere Prabhupada established Ishtadevas, and also kept us all in that fold of the big family of the Prabhupada family. So later there was some turmoil, and Srila Bhaktivinoda Srila Maharaj appeared and gave his love and strength to that family as well. Yes, we are one great family. Not only one guru and his disciple, no, there's many gurus and their disciples, and there's a whole, it's a tattva. And that tattva is the tattva of Prem Tattva. Love for all Vaishnavas, love for all Ishtadevs, love for all Harikatha, love for all holy dams. You see, all this is it's a huge package. It is actually a huge package. There's more in that package than you can fathom. And there's more in that package than you can actually physically visit. Because when I went around with Vishnu March in South India, he took me to many of the old temples, Guruvayur, Padmanabha Mandir in Trivandrum. Temples which exist for thousands of years. And also we went to Vishakhapatnam, the temple opened by Srila Prabhupada with his godbrother Bhaktivinoda Puri Maharaj. Then also we went to Ramananda Roy's place, where the Ramananda Samvat was spoken, Kovur. So many holy places are there on the map of the Vaishnavas, from Badrinath down to Padmanabha Swami. They are also our Ishtadevs. Ramanujacharya's deities are also our Ishtadevs. Sri Rangam, Melkot Nishingadev. And in between, the devotees have established so many new temples. Tirupati Balaji. It's a very huge, wonderful culture. Please do not think that this is just some localized saints. No. This is a Supreme Personality of Godhead manifesting for the welfare of the whole world. And the Bhagavad Gita is for the whole world. Don't think that was an instruction for Krishna consciousness is universal. And all the holy days in the Vaishnava calendar, they remind us again and again and again of this huge, 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 huge Vaishnava family. And the more personal it gets, the more concentrated it gets, the more intense the feelings become, until they become Prema Bhakti, which I pray for to one day be able to appreciate. Thank you very much. Good luck in whatever you want to do. Jai Srila